Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And a very pleasant good morning to you. It is what, can you believe it's already Thursday? Wow, we had a short work week this week, but you know what? We've got so much information. That's why the time is flying by. Let me welcome you into the hottest spot in town. We are talking about Sunshine's Corner. Here is the place where you can talk about the difficult conversations and know that it's safe to do so. We encourage you every single day to be a part. If you've got questions, if there's even something you would like to discuss, 850-432-7768. You can call or text, and I guarantee you that I'll get that question answered, or I will make sure I find out the answer for you. Now, today it is no different. You know that we are rapidly approaching a very crucial time of the year, and this is our election year. Yes. And what we're talking about, how and why and why and why and why you must vote. So today, I have with me Miss Lewis-Daggs. She's here with us, and she's going to talk about some things. And you're from Okaloosa County, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm from
But
Okaloosa.
that's fine.
Yes, I do a lot in Escambia County.
Yes, you do.
Travel back and forth. Almost feels like my second home.
That's right. And even last night, we were on a call together. Yes. And I mean, but it's the fact of it is, what we're trying to get you to understand is the urgency. It is truly urgent that you make sure that we're not trying to tell you who to vote for, but we hope that you're voting for, you know, democracy. And what we're going to talk about today, I want to keep you inclusive in that conversation because of the fact that I want to make sure that you've got all of your ducks in order, as my mother used to say, rest her soul. If you got everything lined up so there will be no difficulties in you when you're going to the polls to get yourself ready to cast your vote. And good morning, Jill, and thank you for getting up early, coming in with me. She already told me you're a morning person.
I'm a morning person, and I'm absolutely honored to be here. This is going to be great, and I love sharing information with people.
Absolutely, because information is knowledge, and knowledge is power.
Yes.
And we got a lot to talk about. But we're talking about today, I want you to first introduce yourself. Let everybody know about you, what your credentials are, what you do, how long you've been doing it, and how your passion is, because I've seen it and I know it's there.
All right. My name is Jill Lewis-Daggs. I am from Okaloosa County, not originally. I was born in Washington State, moved to Panama. My parents were military, so military brat. My passion really is abused women and children.
Oh.
That's my true passion.
Right.
My political life started with my dad. The Okaloosa County Democratic Black Caucus needed someone to come in and put on an event, and I am a program logistics person, love events, and that's how I really got started. That was about 10 years ago.
Wow, you've been doing this.
Yeah, so from there I turned into the Okaloosa County Democratic Black Caucus president, increased it to 85 members from 25, multicultural, even though it says the Democratic Black Caucus of Florida.
Of course.
We can't do this alone.
No, we cannot say it all the time.
Yes. So then from there, just kind of moved in at kind of the spaces of what's important, what does your community need, how can you reach across the lines, how can we form a coalition, which we did through the Panhandle Coalition of Civic Engagement, that we did so that we have Escambia County, Santa Rosa County, Okaloosa County. Those are tight-knit, we work closely together, but then it goes all the way to Bay County. And I'm also, let's see, for the Black Caucus of the state, I'm the Treasurer and Program Logistics Director. For the Florida Democratic Party, I am the Clubs and Caucus chair.
Oh, wow.
I'm a former Judicial chair. I am part of Diversity and Inclusion, the faith-based group. And for Okaloosa County, I'm also the state Committeewoman. So my daughter will tell you this, and if you know me, I say this all the time. She used to say as she was growing up, Mom, if you did all this work and got paid for it, we'd be millionaires.
There you go.
But I do it as a volunteer because I truly care.
And
I care about our community, and without that, we could soon find out what that's like.
Very soon.
We could soon find out. November 5th. If it does not go the right way, we will soon find out what life could be like.
And that's what we want to really encourage today, that coming up on November the 5th, you do the right thing. You make sure you go out and vote. Do the right thing. Because, you know, that's, what's his name, the movie? Do the right thing.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about today, I want to see the difference. Now, you're from Okaloosa County.
Yes.
Is it the same vibe that you have there as it is in Escambia with this election that's coming up?
So for the energy, the excitement, absolutely.
Okay.
That's across the United States.
Right.
So what you are feeling, what you are seeing, the momentum, the energy, the thank you for giving us hope again
yes,
is
Lord.
everywhere. Politically, the dynamics are different. You guys are fortunate enough to have a much larger African American population, a much larger Democratic population. You're not as outnumbered by the Republicans as we are. In Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, they outnumber us 3 times. So our struggle is just as real, a little bit harder, but every single vote absolutely matters.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And you see, you said something that about the struggle and to get back to love again. I mean, coming back to the peace again. Can you not realize how is it that while some of us can't see the separation that has happened and the non-love that's there, how can we really convey that? Because there's some that we really got to convey to get that message across. What do you think? How can we do that to let people know that, come on, don't you see this separation? Don't you see what the possibilities are that may affect all of us? And when I say this, it's not going to affect just the Black community.
Right.
It's not going to just affect the Black community. If you go back and do your research, don't take my word for it. Don't take your word for it. Go back and read Project 2025.
Yes. So, like 2 separate things. Let's talk about what do you do to help people wake up.
Right.
I think part of it is some people vote one issue. So they pick an issue, they decide that's the way I feel about it. If you're not on my side, then I'm against you.
That's right.
And I would say up until this year, that might have been acceptable because it's what you did. Not acceptable because we're saying it's acceptable. Acceptable because
that's what somebody
did.
did.
This
that's right.
case,
exactly.
The one issue needs to be democracy. Democracy is what's on the line. If we go back to your question or your statement about 2025, 2025 is a blueprint. And I say this, it's a blueprint for Trump should he win. And because we know who he is, it's a blueprint that's going to be magnified times 2,000, which I don't even know how you could do that.
Exactly.
Because he's not going to stay on script.
Not at all.
They have already, his team has already worked out how to get all of that stuff passed in the legislation, how to make sure that he can do whatever he wants to do. And we have to figure out, what does that mean? So what does that mean? Let's start with health care.
Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
You said that because there was I can't remember who it was. Back here, there was a person that called in and said, oh, I'm going to vote for him because of the health care, because he said that he's going to do this. Go, now, take that
So
and go.
I don't even know what you could think that he was going to do,
Nothing.
except for kick people off of Medicare, Medicaid. He's going to limit. He's going to take away, first of all, think about one of the best things that the Biden-Harris team together did, which is the $35
That's right.
insulin cap.
That's right.
That will immediately go away. He's taking that away. Contrast, VP Harris says, not only am I going to keep the $35 insulin, but I'm going to give it to all Americans.
Yes.
Everybody. You don't
Everybody.
have to be on Medicare or Medicaid. You can just have health insurance.
That's right.
That in itself, we know that diabetes usually impacts Black and brown communities more. So a lot of the things that are in 2025 impact us more, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't impact everybody
Absolutely.
else.
Absolutely. And
Healthcare is something that we absolutely need.
you got to have it.
And it stops you from going, they want you to work, but if you're sick and you can't get the care, you can't go to work. He puts you in 2025 in this circular, I can't make it. I just can't make it because I'm not healthy enough.
That's right.
I don't have enough money. So you're just stuck. And for people not to be able to see that is really catastrophic.
What do you think the blinders are?
I think, and people that are watching that know me, I'm going to go to my couch scenario. So I think that a lot of people live inside their homes, and I'm going to picture this as this is our home.
Yes, this is our home.
We're comfortable. This is our home. We're
That's right.
comfortable. And it starts to rain, and we know that this is the hole. And so Sunshine's going to move that way. I'm going to move this way. And we're still going to do our life because we control it.
That's right.
We're not worried about what happens outside of our house.
Right.
And that is where the problem is. If we continue to live in our squares, then we're not looking at the public, we're not looking at our neighbors, we're not looking at our community. Politics is local first.
Yes, it is. We keep saying that. Local
first.
Local.
Because
local.
this is the picture. Yes, we absolutely believe VP Harris and Walz is the answer.
That's right.
No question. But even when they win,
That's right.
politics is still local.
That's right.
Your mayor is still your mayor. Your commissioners are
It's
still
your commissioner.
School
Same
board
thing.
is still your school board.
That's right.
And if you didn't make the right decision in August 20th,
Thank you for the primary.
yes, for the primary, then you're stuck with whatever, no matter who
Because
the president
you
is.
didn't try to work anything to change it.
Correct.
And
So we
that's-
have to understand the outcome of our primary was 30% across the state.
I know.
That won't get
No, it will not.
VP Harris
How
elected.
can we say that? That won't work.
That will not work. And
Right.
so we have to encourage people. I think I told you earlier, I believe people are puzzle pieces. I believe that we were created to interlock, to intermingle, to commune together, to build each other up, to grow this world together.
Right.
And to do that, you can't be a square, you got to be a puzzle piece.
That's right.
That means that, yes, there's usually a square body to a puzzle piece, but it has those pieces that
That's
stick
all
out.
there
And that
that
is
goes
for you to
different
go out
directions.
into your community.
That's
That's
right.
for you to see that I might be okay here, but what about my neighbor? What about my neighbor who has kids that are going to be catastrophically impacted? What about the mass deportation that he wants to do? Those people should never have to have that kind of fear
I agree.
ever in their life.
Do you think that we've lost that sense of care, that sense of my neighbor? Or do you think that with the world how it is today and how it's progressively going in the negative because of people like the 45 that's running, that we take that, put a pin? I think some of this too, I'm skipping because something just crossed my mind. But the fact of it is, I hear a lot of us saying, and I'm checking these things out on TikTok, these conversations that they're having. I sit and I'll listen. Then there's some on Instagram. I mean, they're talking everywhere. But I see a lot of us, number one, she's a woman.
Yes.
Number two, she's a woman of color. And the fact of it is, well, he gave us all this money when we were going through COVID. Really, if he had done what was supposed to have done with COVID, we wouldn't have been stuck like that. But the fact of it is that do they think that little money that you got to pay back anyway to pay taxes on it? That's another thing that he's thinking. I'm thinking because I hear this so often.
Yes, so I would hope that I'm going to say maybe the younger generation, not the young
Right.
18 to 25, but the younger generation,
Exactly.
35-ish,
Exactly.
might believe that the check that he forced his name to be put on,
Exactly.
that he didn't make
And
the
that's what I hear
decision
a
and
lot.
didn't agree with the decision.
That's right.
But the decision was made in Congress, and checks were coming to you. Now, mind you, he put his name
on that check.
on the check for the help for COVID that didn't exist.
That's
Because
right.
remember, his antidote was drink bleach.
Tell me about it.
And that it
Plain old
didn't,
Clorox.
yes, and it didn't exist, and it wasn't really here, and the millions of people that we lost
Thank you.
didn't really happen. But you're happy for a check?
Thank you. That's what bothers me, and I hear that so often, especially with some of the younger ones.
Yes, I would say we need to teach politics better, government, civic engagement in government better, so that they understand that the president doesn't make that decision.
Thank you.
The only decision he got to make was whether he wanted to put his name on the check.
Exactly. Exactly.
That had never happened before. He did that.
Right.
Shouldn't have been his name on there anyway, but that's what he wanted, to fool the American people.
Exactly.
As he has continued to do
And
all of his
continue.
life. And he continues to do.
Exactly. I mean, it's unbelievable how it is the things that I hear. But the question that is so bothersome to me is the fact is the lack of education. And we talked about how we got to educate. But we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back.
Okay.
We're going to hit that about educating our viewers on what they need to do. But we got such a short time.
Yes.
Before
Less than
the
60
it's
days.
50 some odd days.
Yep.
So
Less than
listen,
60
stay with
days.
us. And if you would like to be a part of this conversation, I encourage you to call 850-432-7768. Let's make a difference together right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Navigating healthcare is hard. Baptist makes it better. With convenient locations, easy scheduling, and skilled, compassionate doctors, all when you need us most. The next time you need care, let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Animal Allies is looking for volunteers, and there are many ways that you can help. From taking care of cats to using your computer and social media skills, any and all assistance is greatly appreciated. We have morning and afternoon shifts every day or help at adoption events. You can even foster a kitty at home. And it counts towards community service hours for bright futures. Find Animal Allies Florida on Facebook and Instagram or go to aaflorida.org/volunteer.
In our democracy, your vote matters. Make your voice heard, get registered, seek out reliable reporting on the candidates and issues, and vote on or before November 5th. Visit vote411.org. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And welcome back. Did you see my eyes? Welcome back to the hottest spot in town. We're sitting here trying to calculate, how many more days we have left for the election that's coming up on November the 5th. And I was going on my phone because we were adding, it's not many. The reason I say that is because we're talking about we got to educate. We don't have a lot of time. And how are we going to get this message out to get people to understand that we, to educate you on the importance of the things that you're thinking that's not true, and how he paints his picture on the things that you say that you did what you didn't do. How are we going to educate them? What do you suggest that we do? You've been working with this a long time. How are we going to get these people to understand this is no time to play?
So that is such a great question.
Yeah,
I have to take a deep breath, I have to exhale because it's so very critical right now. So the things that we've always done, make sure you have town halls, make sure that you're communicating not just with Democrats, MPAs, the Divine Nine, NAACP, faith-based leadership.
Right.
Understanding that you as a leader in a faith-based organization have a flock that are listening to you. Tell them to register to vote. Mm-hmm. Tell them to go vote. Send them to some of these town halls so they can get the information and education that they need. Mm-hmm. Ask the difficult questions.
Right.
If you don't understand or you hear something that sounds way too good on either side, really, to be true, ask somebody who can give you an answer.
That's right.
That you can then go research and make sure what they're telling you is true. Mm-hmm. I think it's critical right now that we do everything possible to make sure that when you go into that ballot box that you are educated on everything.
Absolutely.
Not just the presidential election and your local candidates, the amendments, the judges, everything on there. And there are organizations and people willing to do that if they're just willing to hear it and listen. Again, if you're stuck on your couch,
not going anywhere, not
doing anything, your life is going to change either for the better or for the worse. And you will be able to say nothing. And what we're imploring people to do is get up off your couch, get to that door, open it, ask for the help, go to the polls, go to the different meetings, get the information that's so critical so that we can at least make educated decisions. And then we have shows like this where we are absolutely here, open, ready for a phone call to answer any question.
Any question, but you see, but don't take it as, okay, we're trying to tell you what to do. We're trying to enlighten you on some things that maybe you don't understand. There's a lot that I yet don't understand.
Yes.
And I ask questions, and I tell them every day, the only crazy question is the one that's not asked.
Correct.
And so if you don't know, that's how you find out. But my thing is for, even with anyone, what I want to say to you, and take this from the heart, if you do not vote, you've already voted.
Yes.
Did you get that?
Say that again.
If you do not vote, you've already voted. Because therefore, it's going to lean in that direction because you didn't use your voice.
Right.
And when you want to speak the loudest, how many times can I say it? It is your right to be heard. How is that? Vote.
Right.
Vote. That's how you make a difference. Don't accept everything anybody gives you. Don't just accept it. Make a change. Say something loudly, and that's by voting.
Yes.
That's, I think, Jill, that bothers me so much when I hear people or I hear things and you see the advertisements, you hear all the things, some of these things that are such lies that are being planted. And I wish, and I wonder, will I ever see this while I'm on this earth, that there can be a clean campaign.
No, that's never going to happen. I would like to say yes, but I don't think that we're in our lifetime that's going to happen. Maybe in our grandchildren's lifetime.
Grandchildren.
Yes. I don't think that's ever going to happen in our lifetime. However, I do think that taking the time to look at what our ancestors went through.
Come on.
And even though, so I can remember being younger and going, yeah, I know you walked up the hill with no shoes on, and then our generation is, but we've been fighting so long for this, and their generation is, we have to be honest. Part of it is they're looking at us, and for those that are engaged and involved, they're like, okay, I see it. But for those that are sitting on those couches, then your children are seeing you sit on those couches, and you're not doing anything, so why should they do anything?
Absolutely.
Or because they are in a movement that is so different than ours. The way they communicate, the way they get information out, they are far exceeding our expectations. We just don't know it. The difference is they are getting some stuff on TikTok and other avenues that aren't true.
That's right.
And they believe it at times.
But it's there.
Yes, but it's there, and they are involved and active.
Yes.
Our job is to, why aren't we putting TikToks out? Not necessarily us, but the people that are younger than us that can put them out to counteract the truth or the false and give it the information out to them. So,
It's a lot, because I was listening this morning also. I think that even this weekend, and make sure you get the stuff to us. If you've got things that's going on, I can do a lot, but I can't find everything. If you've got something coming up that needs to be shared with the community, you've got to let me know.
Yes.
You got to reach out to every avenue, not just one, every avenue, so that everybody can get the opportunity to be a part of, to learn more. Understand that even with Post 193, they're doing something this weekend. Post 193 right there on 12th Avenue, they're doing something this weekend. And I also have learned that there's going to be an office opening up for Kamala this week, for the Vice President this weekend.
In Escambia County,
in
Pensacola. That is amazing.
In Pensacola.
Yes.
These type things. But what I'm saying is, I research and I try to find things that's so important for the community. But you got to realize that when you're in an election like this, a phase like this, use every entity there is to get the message out.
Right.
Use every entity there is to get the message out, because everybody's not going to do just one way. You want it to be heard so that you will know what's going on, so that you won't say, I thought. But I didn't know. But if you want to find out, if you need to find out, then there are entities that you got to reach out to, so we'll know what you're doing behind the scenes, so that we can get it out to the public, so that it can be heard, they can be a part of.
Right.
And I want that, because I hope that somebody will give me all the details about what's going on with at the Post, because today's Thursday. They're talking about Saturday that this is going on. But it's all in regards to getting people together about this election that's coming up. But
so I think it would be great. So I'm going to ask the listening audience to send Sonshine the list. Send her everything that's going on, and let her share it with everybody. And then send it to every avenue that you can. Send it to the churches. The churches are a great place. Send it to all of the organizations. Don't care whether they're Democrat, Republican, MPA. Send it out, because this election, everything's on the line.
No doubt.
Democracy is not just for Black and brown people.
No,
it's not just for Caucasians and Indians and
That's
Asians.
right.
It's for all of us.
That's right.
This election will absolutely be the turning point of our lives. We will either do like VP Harris said,
one way or the
move
other
forward, and you will have a new vision, a new opportunity to become what we should have been all along.
Absolutely.
What 45 did, this is my belief, 45 opened Pandora's box.
I'm with you all the way.
But this is what happened. You have to remember that for a very long time, people felt a certain way, but they couldn't express it because they were told we're supposed to be equal. You're supposed to be working together.
And the key word is supposed to be.
Supposed to be. And so that was kind of the energy. They kind of kept it under because we're supposed to work together. I need to try. I need to whatever. Not that they did it all the time.
No, they didn't.
When 45 got here, he said,
Take the top off that box.
you could just do anything. And they came out of their shells. They no longer had to
that
fall.
you never thought.
No. People that you thought were your friends or that you thought had the best interests of the community.
No, God, it came out.
They just.
It did.
And so he has fostered evil and negativity and diversity and separation, where you have in Kamala Harris and Walz bringing people back together.
Yes, Lord.
Fighting for the everyday person.
That's right.
Low income, middle income, I think, and this again is my opinion, the thing that Hillary missed was the middle income, the middle class people.
That's it.
And Kamala got up
right
there.
there,
If you listen to her, she said, I'm going to help you. Your first time buyers, I'm going to give you $25,000 for your down payment.
On your home.
Yes, on your home. I'm going to give you a $10,000 tax credit.
Yes.
If you build a house
That's right.
for the first-time buyer, she's going to give them incentives.
That's right.
That is creating a whole new world for us because the top issues for most people are the economy, healthcare, and then you have to throw in immigration, although for most of us it's not, but we have to talk for the whole world. That's what it is.
Absolutely. We got a phone call. Somebody wants to talk to us. Let's see who this is. We'll talk to us this morning. Let's see here. Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. This is Derek Scott. How are you this morning?
Hey, Derek. I'm doing well.
Hey, Derek.
I just wanted to let you all know that you're doing an amazing job. I'm glad to see that Jill is on this morning and representing Okaloosa as well as she is.
Yes.
I wanted to share with you all because you had some questions on the event that was happening at the Post. It's on Tuesday, September the 10th. It starts at 6:30 and the debate starts at 8 p.m. It was originally billed as an invitation-only event, but I would tell anybody who is here in the sound of our voice that if they want to go, please do so. The Post is open to anybody and everybody who is able to join and participate. So please make sure you join and tune into that exciting event because we absolutely want to see. This is an opportunity for those of us in Escambia County, Santa Rosa, to see exactly why they should vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. So I would recommend and invite anybody who wants to attend to please just show up. It's at 6:30 at the Post. You know they have ample seating because
That's right. We know.
Club on Friday, Saturday, yes.
On the weekend. So they absolutely have enough space for everybody. So come one, come all.
Well, also, what about the location of the office for that's going to be doing for President Harris? Do you have that?
Yeah, so they are going to be, the office is not yet open.
Right.
It is going to be on University Parkway, which is in between, it's in the part between Johnson Avenue and 9 Mile Road. It's 8800 University Parkway. So it should be open by the end of this month. So, you know, as we get more information, we'll be happy to share that. But it will be open. They are getting it together now. They are in need. What I will say is, if anybody's interested, they are in need of if anybody has any office furniture that they are willing to part ways with, they are looking for donations to help furnish the office as they have it. So.
Okay, wonderful.
Right, and they only need that, they can actually borrow the furniture too, right? They only need it through November. So if you want to donate it
so they can get it back.
You could actually get it back.
Oh, excellent.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Derek, because I heard bits and pieces about that, and I was like, please, somebody got to give it to me. We want to get the information out, but you got to tell me so I can talk about it.
Yep.
Right. Thank you
Yep.
so much. Yes,
we look
definitely.
forward to it.
Well, look, Derek, if they want to donate furniture, who they get in touch with?
I would say they can call the Escambia Democratic Party office at 850-407-7997, and we can put them in direct contact with where it needs to go and how to move forward to get that furniture donated. Again, that's 850-407-7997.
Oh, thank you so much, Derek. We appreciate your call, and we're going to keep it going.
No problem.
Thank you, Derek.
All right, keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody, now you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. If you've got answers to some of the questions that we're asking,
Call us.
Call
Let
us.
us know. Yes.
Let us know so we can get it out there. I understand how it is. I mean, like, there are so many entities, and I want to really, really reiterate this. Use every avenue there is to get the information out. Use every avenue there is to get the information out so that we can give it to you so you can pass it on and tell somebody else. You remember the old game you used to play in high school? Okay, with the chairs, when you sit down, you tell that person by the time they get to the end is a totally different statement.
It's a whole different story.
But we're going to make sure it's correct. We're going to be talking more about you being ready to vote and making sure that you've got everything in order. We're going to be right back with more with Jill right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
In our democracy, your vote matters. Make your voice heard. Get registered. Seek out reliable reporting on the candidates and issues, and vote on or before November 5th. Visit vote411.org. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with a powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Keeping your family healthy can be complicated. Baptist makes it better with trusted primary care doctors for the whole family and trusted specialists at convenient locations throughout the region ready to care for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
Go back to being a kid again. Head on over to Bubba's Sweet Spot. We've got house-made caramels, fudge, pralines, marshmallows, and lots and lots and lots and lots of chocolate. Looking for more traditional candy? We've got you. Our walls are covered head to toe in all the classics, from taffy to gummies and lollipops to gumballs. And don't forget our ice cream. With endless toppings and dipped cones, we've got what you're craving. Let us take you back to a time when every problem could be solved with candy. At Bubba's Sweet Spot.
She knows, but she doesn't care.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. But I tell you, when it's hot, it's hot. Listen, we're talking about let me reiterate this. Now, this weekend, coming up at Tuesday, was it September the
20th, isn't it?
10th.
10th. I'm moving ahead too
She's
far.
going so fast.
Okay, September the 10th. This Tuesday, September 10th.
At the post, everybody show up. You know, like Derek said.
Everybody come.
Everybody, please.
It is critical that you have in this area an opportunity where hundreds of people can sit and watch together on the screen VP Harris and 45 at the post.
That's right.
There is no reason why you should be sitting at home unless you just can't get out.
That's right.
But if you are there on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday,
make it
you
Tuesday.
should be there Tuesday.
We know that's your spot.
Yeah, just make it your spot on Tuesday.
Hey, that's right. Get there a little early. You know what I'm saying? But it starts at, I think he said
6:30.
6:30. So please, my dear friends, get there. I think I'm going to go there and watch it.
You
know?
should do
I think I'll
that.
be there. That would be fun. I'm going to take my camera with me.
Yes.
But also now, remember this now, that it's going to be about 30 days before the office, now, if I'm recouping what he said, that but if you want to be a part, if you got furniture, you want to donate to the office, or we're going to have Vice President Harris,
yes.
850-407-7997.
Yes.
That's the number you need to call. But listen at this, everybody. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not important. Don't let anybody tell you that your vote is not important. Do not let anybody fill your head with something that's untrue. You know your worth. Put it like this. If it were not so, why would they fight to keep you from doing it?
So hard.
So hard.
Like they are fighting so hard. Why are they have military police that DeSantis wants to deploy to voting locations?
Right.
Why?
Why? Don't allow anybody to take that right away, people.
And don't be scared, because we have in place volunteers and people that will be there. I know different NAACPs and other organizations are out there, so that if you have an issue, you can call the number. Florida Democratic Party has a number you can call. If you feel unsafe, or you feel like what just happened in your experience in voting is not correct, voter protection is out there for you.
Absolutely.
Do not stay home. Don't let that
them put that fear
be a
in you.
deterrent of you going to vote. It is critical that we go
I believe there's going to be a
vote.
lot of things that's going on that should not be going on.
But
the fact what we're trying to get you to understand is they do not allow that. Remember that old Negro spirit, I ain't going to let nobody turn me around.
Yes.
Don't let nobody turn you around, because it's amazing, Jill, that this day and time, 2024, we're going back to think about the things that I heard my mother and father talk about.
And we're back there
and we're
because
right
of
back
45.
There. That's right.
Not because of anything else, but what he allowed to happen.
Exactly. We're right back there.
We're right back there. And we have a turning point in our lives. We can choose to go back, which if you watch the DNC, you know we are not.
That's right.
Or we can choose to move forward together.
That's right.
And if you watch the DNC, that energy, that excitement.
What
I really liked was the variety, the inclusiveness,
of so
many. The fact that Republicans they came together and they spoke truth. And they said it's not about party first, it's about democracy first.
Exactly.
And to me, I was like, wow. And then you had, and I have to bring this up, I hope Sunshine's okay with it, but I was looking yesterday and I saw there's another freaking school shooting.
God, last night. I mean, yesterday in Atlanta.
In Georgia. And I'm like, when is enough enough? And I thought, I don't know why I
15
thought
kids
this.
were shot, I think, something like that.
Four people died, 2 children and 2 teachers. This is a child who was under watch from before, because
14 years old.
14 years old. And I remember Sandy Hook and those young people.
Oh my God.
And I remember us all saying it's never going to happen again, and it continues to happen.
It happens over.
And then I watched a video, and it happened in Uvalde in Texas, when those young, I think 2nd and 3rd graders were
God.
We learned that you lay down on the ground and you put blood over you. Why is it that our children are going to school and learn to do that?
To save their
lives.
And
yesterday, a 14-year-old, she said she was sitting next to him. He got up, I guess, to go get the gun. I'm not sure. He leaves the classroom. Their doors lock automatically. He comes back. Somebody near the door goes to the door to open it. Luckily didn't open it because they saw the gun.
Right.
And they said, what did you guys do? She said, we knew to fall on top of each other, get to the back of the room, pile on top of each other, put desks up. And I'm thinking, when I went to school, we never had that issue, and we never were taught that. And many of them were saying, why do I want to go back to school? Just so I can learn how to not die or to die. That's a terrible place to be.
To teach a child.
Yes. And if that in itself doesn't make you say, okay, it's time for a change.
Change is necessary, people. It is absolutely necessary. We're talking about things that are happening today.
Yes.
That we've got to make sure, as you can see, the country needs a change for the better. And I believe this because I believe in the Word of God. He said,
Amen.
Love is a key for everything.
Yes.
How can you love me? I'm thinking about something else. How can you love me, but you want to hurt me?
Right.
How can you love
Love's
me?
not supposed to hurt.
No, love is supposed to feel good.
Yes.
That it's okay. But with what we see it now, you can say you love me before you finish a statement, but then the next statement is something so negative that I don't understand how those can come out of the same mouth.
I'm glad you said that. So what that reminds me of is this. So I don't understand how we have so many people in the community. They'll fight for book bans.
Yep.
They'll fight for gun sense violence. Or good gun sense laws against gun violence. They'll fight for all of that, but then turn right around and do something that's absolutely racist or horrible to people. You can't be on both sides. And that is what's on the line right now. We're calling for everybody. I don't care what color you are. I don't care who you love.
There you go.
I don't care what party you're affiliated with. But if you care about yourself, your family, your community, then you will vote. And you will make the decision that's going to move us forward. You don't have to agree with everything.
That's
right. So I think sometimes people are like, oh, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with this. Well, there is no perfect president.
No.
There's no perfect people. That just doesn't happen.
No.
But this time, everything's on the line.
I mean, everything. Not some
like
things.
Your life
everything.
will catastrophically change. Your children's life and your children's children's life will catastrophically change if we don't do the right thing and elect VP Harris. I don't, and I would say that, of course, it's hard for me to say that because but I would say, I'm not a Republican, so I was going to say, even if I was, but I mean, at some point in your life, and I would say it's now, in the next 45 days, I need you to decide that your community comes first, that your family's lives come first, that your voice is going to be heard, and you will not sit down, you will not go back, you are only moving forward, and you're doing that by voting.
Absolutely.
That's what's on the line, and that's what we must do.
Absolutely.
There's no other option.
If you think it's difficult now with the things, because we're all in crisis right now, I mean, think about it. You go to the grocery store, you come out with one bag, you spend 50, 60 bucks.
Right.
If you think that it's difficult now, and it's hard out here, and I'm pretty sure, if you are a person like me, that you've got to live and you see how difficult it is, allow something like this to change, and you see what's going to happen.
Right.
It's going to be more difficult because of the fact we're not in that category for the ones that he's looking that's being looked upon. Right. That can handle that. You understand what I'm saying? And I think in the with the whole picture of it, my point to everybody that can hear us today, that watching us today, my plea to you is, I'm not trying to tell you who to vote for, but I am asking you to exercise your right to vote. You're going to hear me say that a lot within the next couple of months. Because if I have to keep it top of mind every other day, I'm going to keep it top of mind because sometimes we tend to forget.
Right.
Or we think that the urgency is not there when it is. Do not allow that opportunity that so many, we've heard this from our parents, and I think it's even magnified even more so now when I hear it, that the ones that suffered and died for us. It's magnified 10 times now because I didn't think that I would be going through this or the country would be going through this in my lifetime.
Right.
I thought we had evolved. I thought we had advanced. But it's like you said earlier, some things that were covered up. Okay, I'll do this and I'll whisper this under my breath, but this is really how I feel. But now that it's out, we as a people got to come together and do the right thing. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Do something. Do the right thing. Go vote. We got all these things that you can do.
That's right. No doubt.
No one should be sitting dormant. Nobody should be sitting scared.
That's right.
Because we're here. You have a community that loves you.
That's
you have
right.
a community that is working together. We're bringing in different organizations. We're doing everything we can to say, hey.
That's right.
We're putting everything aside.
That's right.
And if we could do it, everybody else should be able to do it.
I agree. I wonder, I want somebody to call and tell me, what do they see? I mean, with their choices, I say not trying to tell you.
Right.
On whom to vote for. But why do you feel like it's important if you're going to vote for this person or if you're going to vote for that person? Because I don't think anybody can tell me.
Right. And I think that's a conversation that needs to be had. And so I'll bring up some fun things that they're doing, but in Nevada, they came up with an idea, and they have a sign, and it just has a blue circle.
Right.
And they're putting the blue circles out, and their neighbors are asking them, what's the blue circle mean? And that's giving them the avenue to have a conversation, to find out what's important to you. They call it relational conversation.
What is it that's important?
What's important to you, because there is absolutely something that we can come together on. My best, I'm going to say, I always say this, so people that are watching will be like, Jill always says that. But think about it. If I had, and I almost brought props, if we had blue water and red water and purple water, and I asked you, do you want to drink the blue water? Do you want to drink the red water? Do you want to drink the purple water? I'm pretty sure almost all of us would say, I don't want any of those.
Exactly.
I want clean water.
Exactly.
That's an issue we can agree on.
That's right.
And that's how you come to the table. It is information like that, is conversation like that, that is going to get us to put democracy first.
Absolutely.
That is a perfect way to say what's important is the clean water. The clean water represents democracy. It's not your party affiliation. It's democracy. It's us coming together, working together. It's us having a future.
No doubt.
Still two parties.
That's right.
But a future together.
That we can all live comfortable.
Yes, that we don't live in.
Exactly.
That we're not sending these people there. We're not putting you over here. We're not going after these people because I don't like you. I think, you know, what they really need to understand is, if you look at it, I don't know a person that 45 likes except for himself.
We all see that.
I mean, that's the truth. So you might be his friend today and, oh, thank you so much, but he'll turn on you in 2 seconds. So we're not saying that you're fighting for just black and brown communities. You're fighting for yourself.
Absolutely.
You're fighting for us to be able to grow together and move forward.
And this is what we got to grow. We've got to grow. We've got to grow. Listen up. I want to hear what your points are. Tell me why. 850-432-7768. Dial me up now. We'll be back and take your call here on Sunshine's Corner.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's ear, nose, throat, and voice center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. We're having a great conversation today and asking you to be a part of it as well. 850-432-7768. Don't be shy. This is where I always encourage you. You can have that difficult conversation and feel safe by doing it. But Jill, we were talking about the fact of where he's from and all this stuff that people maybe not aware of. Let's take that conversation a little bit further.
Okay, so remember that Trump has his Mar-a-Lago. He's from Florida. And if you go back a couple of years, we passed Amendment 4 that said felons should be able to, after they pay all of their fines and stuff, that they should be able to vote. He was fully in on the making sure felons had to pay their fines, to making sure felons could not vote, and yet he has 34 felons. And at the RNC, they didn't even question, you know, like in the beginning, there might have been a question when Biden was making his decision. And I have to say this, I hate to even put him in the sentence with 45, so I apologize to the American public, but I want to talk about Biden for a minute because he will go down as making history.
Yes, he will.
He is an amazing,
he's done a lot.
selfless president that has done so much for us. And as he stepped down and he knew what he was going to do, he knew Kamala was the only person who could take this over. But even in the Democratic space, they still were kind of talking and conversating. At least they were using their brains. Of course, soon, quickly, fast, we knew it was Kamala.
Exactly.
But on the other side, the RNC, at their convention, there wasn't a freaking question. Felonies, rapists, that's okay to run the United States of America? And they raised their hands without a thought. They didn't think about it. They didn't say, do I want this man to be over my children, my wife? They just said, yes, mass deportation, it's great. That's where we're at. And
how can a person just accept that? I mean, what do you think?
If we had that answer, we probably wouldn't be here. But I think, again,
maybe somebody's going to tell us something. We got a phone call. Let's see.
Oh, good. Hopefully they will.
Maybe they can help us out. Good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine.
Yes. Good morning.
Hey, friend.
Hey.
Yes, we hear. Go right ahead. We hear you.
This Tracy.
Well, hi, Tracy.
Hi. I was called. I'm listening to y'all. I was called and see where I get the number. I relocate my address. I need to update my address on the voting.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what I want you to do.
She can call that.
You can call this number right here. It's 850 407
407
7997. Make sure you call Tracy and get it done.
Yes. Tell them what you need.
I'm listening to y'all now. I'm looking at y'all. I mean, I've been wanting to call. I've been getting up late. I had to catch you today.
Well, you make sure.
I'm trying to update my register book. I was in Milton.
Right.
Now I'm in Pensacola.
Okay. Well, then you make sure when you hang up from me, you call that number, okay?
And they'll get you to the right place.
I'll do that, and I'll probably call you later on this week.
All right, doll. And thank you, love. Make sure you get it taken care of now.
Oh, I'm listening to y'all.
All right. Bye-bye, doll.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everybody, this is what we're talking about. If you don't know, ask.
Yep, ask that simple question.
Ask that simple question. And let somebody help you out.
Right.
She's moving from one part from Milton. She want to get everything. So will nothing hold her up from casting her vote coming up in the election?
She can, I mean, there's other ways. We gave her the easiest way because we have the number. You can always go to your SOE office.
That's right.
You can call which is your supervisor of election. You can call them. You can go online. Address changes are easy. Vote by mail. Let's talk about that.
That's right.
So we like to say now that vote by mail should be your plan A. I know some people say, what if they don't get it? There's a way to track it, make sure it's counted. And the reason we say that is because you never know what's going to happen.
That's right.
My son went to Florida A&M University, and he was in the reserves, and he broke his ankle, and it got infected. And so I went down there thinking I was just going to be there for a day.
Right.
I ended up being there for 4 days, and he had to have emergency surgery.
Oh, wow.
It's Tuesday, election day, and I forgot to vote early or do my vote by mail.
Right.
I have to leave him there while
and
he goes into surgery,
drive
because voting is that important, drive all the way back, go vote, and then drive all the way back. But I had choices.
That's
I could have done my vote by mail. I could have voted early, and then you vote in person. And that's kind of the way we want it to be. Register to vote first. Get educated.
That's right.
then do your vote by mail. You don't have to use it. It's a backup. You're sick, it's raining, it's whatever the case might be.
But you need to do
it.
That's right.
And then go vote early. Don't wait to stand in the lines. Go early. They give us about 7 days. Believe it's October 21st to November 2nd for you to go. And that's the best choice. And then you can always, you can always go in person. And I know people love that.
They love that going in.
You could have long lines. You could have, you're more apt to have the games that they're going to play on November 5th than you are during early voting. And remember, if you do vote by mail, you can track it.
That's right.
It's no longer, it never got there. If it never got there, you go check, you call your SOE, they confirm it, and then you go vote.
That's right. No doubt. So everybody, listen, when we talk about this, you can also go to the SOE, Supervisor of Election. I've got those acronyms together now. You can go there and talk to, because we had Robert Bender on, and he was telling you, if you can get a ballot. You can take that ballot with you. Make sure you go in and write whatever you study and find out who you really want to vote for and all these amendments and everything. So get out there, take care of early.
Yep, you can have two things. If you're at home doing your vote by mail, then you have time to research.
That's
you
what
have
I'm saying.
time to take your time and figure all that out. The other thing you can do, you can't take your vote by mail ballot with you. If you take it, they're going to confiscate it immediately. And they do it on purpose to make sure that you're not voting twice. But you can, on another piece of paper,
take it with you.
Write all of that down.
That's
so when you get in there, there's not a, was I supposed to say yes or no on one? Definitely yes on
You've
three
got
or
it
four.
all right there in front of you.
You already have it in front of you.
No doubt. And I tell you, Jill, wow, we've covered so much today. Can you believe our time is up?
Oh, is it really?
Oh, yeah. She said, oh, is it really? But listen,
I'm thinking we have
all I'm
10
saying
more
is this. No, this is it. We got 30 seconds.
Okay.
Tell everybody how to get in touch with you.
So you can reach me. I'll give you my telephone number. It's 850-259-4735. My email address is treasurer, TREASURER, D as in David, B as in boy, C as in Charlie, F as in Frank, @gmail.com. You'll see me around Okaloosa. I'm excited. I want you to be excited.
Absolutely.
I want you to vote, and I will be back on this show because Sonshine is amazing.
Thank you, though. Listen, I've got to go, but I'll leave it as I do every day. Never lose your focus. Always remember to keep God first. Guarantee if you do it that way, you're going to be a total success. Know that I love you, my dear friends, with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. We'll talk to you soon. Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.